Thank you so much. I appreciate your hospitality today. And MIZ, where's the mic? All right, sounds good, from the University of Missouri. How many CEOs do we have in the room today? Raise your hand. Great, ladies, keep going. I feel all the positive energy in here, and I want to talk a little bit not only about my company, Helium, and StoryUP Studios is the name of my company. Our product is called Helium. We're the makers of Helium, but also about my story and how we came to create a little bit about Helium. And if you can see over on the right-hand side, and I'm going to walk over this way, that's a look at what we do. We create augmented reality or virtual reality experiences that are powered by your feelings, that are powered by your heart rate. So how many of you guys have tried virtual reality? Okay, so probably a roller coaster experience, or all of those things that you see on television where people are having fun, screaming experiences. This is the complete, total polar opposite of that, and that it's meant to downshift your nervous system and make you more self-aware of your emotions. And if you don't have positive outlets, if you haven't developed any kind of resiliency that allows you to become more self-aware of your emotions, you can quickly short circuit, and that's what I did. Fortunately, I got help in that I found neurofeedback. A friend of mine who was a psychologist glued some electrodes to my forehead about 10 years ago, and I had to keep these feelings of calm below a certain threshold, and I was visually rewarded by this plane going up and down. I found the experience a little bit boring, and so that's why we developed Helium. And these are for areas of acute situational or confined stress. Stress is the 21st century epidemic. It's a $300 billion people in profit killer. Anxiety, pain, sleep. 165 people a day are losing their lives to the opioid epidemic. We need some new digital tools that provide people a bit of virtual peace, and so that's what we developed. We started out giving tours to a group of terminally ill and aging World War II veterans who weren't able to physically travel to see their memorials in Washington, D.C. So how many of you guys have heard about honor flights that take veterans on free flights to see their memorials? So about a decade ago, myself and some of my colleagues at the television station formed the Central Missouri Honor Flight Hub. But after many years, these 80 and 90-year-olds, they were too terminal to be able to physically travel to DC. So we would get voicemails from them, very heartfelt voicemails from them, talking about how they were on too much oxygen, or they couldn't leave their wives and weren't able to travel. So inside these goggles, we developed experiences that allowed them to feel like they were at their memorial. And we noticed something very fascinating. It wasn't just as if they were watching the media, it was if they were feeling it. It was giving them superpowers, in a way, to do things that they would normally be able to do. So this is a photo of a gentleman. His caretaker told us that he wasn't able to lift his arms above his head to put the goggles on. We would have to assist him with that. Halfway through the experience, he had his arms above his head, reaching out for the other veterans that he saw inside his screen. That led us to wonder, what is this kind of media doing to their physiology, and can we compound that and create it in a way that actually has a therapeutic benefit to them? And the answer to that is yes, you can. So in a series of 3 peer-reviewed journals, we found that Helium not only reduced anxiety by 1/3 quickly, in a matter of 4 minutes, completely drugless solution. It also increased an area of the brain called gamma asymmetry. Gamma asymmetry is associated with feelings of positivity, love, joy, or appreciation. So we set out not to just create these experiences, but allow people to see those feelings of positivity or see those feelings of quiet mind displayed inside the screen alongside these experiences. And we found that virtual reality changes mood. Helium is used with not only worldwide in areas of confined stress, hospice, schools, assisted living centers, but at blood collection sites as well. This study with the American Red Cross showed that Helium significantly reduced tension and increased feelings of happiness quickly in a matter of minutes. So this is what it looks like inside the goggles, and I have them here today. If you'd like a little nerdy play date afterwards, come over and I'll show you how they work. But we have a chronic pain patient who tells us that his wounds are where the light enters him. Virtual reality is being used a lot as an opioid alternative. And so with his different feeling states, if he thinks positive thoughts, or if he quiets his mind, he's able to take this light and light moves through him in virtual and augmented reality. We also have an augmented reality app. It's on the iOS store. It's Helium, Healium, and you're able to take the data that comes from your wearables and bring it to life. So how many of you guys have a smartwatch or an Apple Watch? Great. So you could track that data as a ring on your watch, but it's way cooler to grow flowers by lowering your heart rate, or you can hatch butterflies from an augmented reality experience with your heart rate as well. And with augmented reality, you don't need the goggles. You just see it as holograms through that headset. You see your feelings that are live stream on the bottom right there, and then you're able to control these assets in that world as a reminder that your thoughts have power. And this is a look at a lady who's using it right now. And yeah. So she says it's so fabulous. And you can see that she has the goggles on, and then inside the goggles, she actually has a headband, a brain sensing headband, that's measuring her EEG patterns and allowing her to control those experiences with her feelings of positivity. Traditional mindfulness and meditation, you don't always get to see your feelings, right? You close your eyes and you wonder, am I doing it right? So with Helium, you know exactly what's happening to those brain patterns. You see the feelings of calm, you see those feelings of quiet mind, and you see your heart rate displayed inside the screen, and you know that you have the ability to control those thoughts and motions. So just like Peter Pan, if you think happy thoughts, you fly. You have on the side of a beautiful waterfall. If that gamma asymmetry, or the more your frontal gamma leans to the left, the higher you float up the side of the waterfall. And haven't we all wanted to poke through the clouds at one point in our lives and look all the way around? And they're all guided meditations. This particular meditation talks about virtual peace and how you can use your feelings to go higher. So I want to leave you with this. What do you all have in your medicine cabinet for your mental health, right? We in this day and age don't always have a whole heck of a lot, but I'd like to remind you that you can experiment with new things, because virtual peace is just around the corner with your mobile device, and your thoughts and your feelings have power to control things, not only in the virtual world, but the real world as well. So thank you very much. Leave you with that message today.